Hello again, Surly Tim from Surly Tim's Fun Bunker. Uh, Everybody's been doing a lot of stuff about trades lately, and I found myself kind of asking myself, I've got a pile of stuff that I really would love to talk about for trades, but there's a lot of independent ones that I won't get into tonight, but I'm just going to do the two main companies. Just a couple of them off the top of my head that I really enjoyed. From Marvel, I got this thing for like, I don't know, about $8 on eBay a couple years ago. Uh, Essential Howard the Duck Volume 1. Yeah, black and white, but you know what? There's just something fun about uh, cigar smoking duck that just wants to give people crap. It's just, I kind of dug it when I was a kid, and it was just one of those oddball things that I kind of liked. And I'm sorry, but yeah, I even liked the movie, as goofy as it was. Uh, yeah. Actually, one that I just got, it's a horrible copy. I mean, it's from, what was it, Houston Library. I mean, that thing is horrible condition. But it's Fantastic Four's The End. Just got it. I just read it last week, and because I haven't done any Amazon hauls recently, just because I haven't been doing it because I'm saving up some money for this next show that I'm going to. But a great story, really good story, and I'm a big Alan Davis fan anyway, so the man is just top notch. He's top shelf all the way. His work has always impressed me. Uh, Another one, I'm looking forward to the second book of this actually, the 12. Really, really enjoyed this book. I let my friend borrow it. He wasn't really into it, but then again, I mean, this is kind of like it's a little like Watchmen. It's kind of got that, oh, we were heroes, but what the hell's going on now? It's got that kind of a feel to it. But I'll tell you right now, I really enjoyed it, and I think this was the first 6 issues, if I remember correctly. Yeah, issues 1 through 6, and I think in October or November bringing out the second set. So this is something I'm looking forward to finishing because it was actually I thought it was written rather well. Uh, I've been a fan of the Punisher since I was young, but it was because of the Zek stuff. That Zek miniseries that came out in the 80s. That's what got me hooked on him. But the Marvel Knights, this Ennis and Dillon run, the 12 issues that were there, just uh, basically it was the intro to the Thomas Jane movie was kind of based on some of this stuff. I loved this. I had all but one issue in the comics, and when I was in Boston a few years back, I ran across this for, I think it was 45, oh, 30, $35. And so it was a nice thing. I had a chance to actually read this on the bus ride home, too, so it really was nice. From the other side of the pond, or not the other side of the pond, but the other side of the fence, we got DC. Uh, I love Transmetropolitan. I don't have very many of the books, but I'm hoping to rectify that situation. And as Spider was based on Hunter S. Thompson, anybody who knows me, Thompson has always been one of the biggest inspirations in my life, writing-wise. And this book was just so much fun. I've got a small handful of these books, and hopefully one day I'll have them all because what I've read so far out of the 3 or 4 books that I have are really, really good books. Another one, this one's actually my hats off to Joe Kubert, since he passed on last week. But his stuff on Unknown Soldier, just, I can't speak highly enough about a book than, this book is just amazing. You don't get much better than, Kubert doing this stuff. This stuff was just, it's definitive for war comics. I honestly can't think of a better artist to do war comics. I don't think I'll ever be able to look at war comics again the way that I did in the past because Kubert made them. Kubert made those books for me. Something from my childhood. The first time I ever bought any Green Lantern books on my own, I found Green Lantern Corps, Tales of the Green Lantern Corps, which was all about Kronos and how the beginning of the world like changed him, and it just what was it? Brian Boland covers Uh, yeah, some Brian Boland covers and some Joe Staten artwork. In actuality, Joe Staten's going to be at a show this fall in November that I'm planning on attending. And I have a notion I'm going to wind up taking this for him to sign. Not the original issues, but hey, what the hell? It's one of my earliest moments remembering my own personal uh, moving into the Green Lantern storylines, which was one of my first favorite heroes. Uh, Another one of my favorite heroes is Superman. This one was amazing. I had been away from collecting, most of you will know if you've watched any of my shows, I've been away from collecting for about 10 years. Couldn't afford it, couldn't get to stores. I was just kind of like on my own little island, and so I kind of read some of my old stuff. But this it was a collection of the Our Worlds at War. This thing ran me $25. And I mean, this thing is monstrous. The only thing I don't like is when like Teen Titans crosses over, they'll do like a little page of just that issue. I wish they would have put the whole issue into it. I think it would have added so much more to it. Now, granted, I mean, I'm buying all these issues and independently and stuff, but it's such a great way if somebody wants to jump in and say, okay, I'd like to read some Superman. This is a great book if you can. Like I said, $25. I bought it brand new about 3 or 4 years ago, and I'll tell you right now, it was a great $25 investment. The story is solid, great story, and now that I'm getting back into comics and I'm actually able to keep my Superman run growing, I'll be able to find out all the extra little things that I had missed before. Now we come to another, what was it, Ennis and Dillon piece, Hellblazer, Tainted Love. I love this book. It's a really good grouping of stories. I mean, there's some vampire stuff in here. There's just this unbelievable hodgepodge of Constantine stories. And my friend Andrew had got me kind of into Constantine, but Andrew kind of looks like Constantine. I think that's why. So he kind of got into it. But yeah, this is another one that I would suggest to anybody, especially if you're just getting into Constantine. I've really never read much more. Not that I don't find the character compelling, but I gotta say this one right here was some of the best stuff that I've read about the character. Actually, just a couple more things. Let's see. I'll throw together a couple things real quick. And one of these technically isn't a graphic novel, but as a big fan of, I've heard Cassim Bromstar talk about it, and I've heard Cassim Bromstar and Ghost Critic talk about it. Grendel. I found this one years ago, Grendel Cycle, which is really kind of cool because it kind of gives a kind of a history. It's more a little history book on the mythos, and I'm a gigantic fan of Grendel. Another one for Grendel is War Child. Amazing work. And in actuality, I don't know if you can see it or not. Probably not. But there's a piece there, piece of artwork, and it's based on the Grendel Prime, which what's awesome is this is how much I love Grendel. So, yeah, being a big Grendel fan. But this one, I gotta say, I bought this. I used to work in a comic book shop way back in the 80s. This came out, it's written by Dennis Cunningham and illustrated by Richard Corbin, called Tales from the Plague. Now, if you can find this book, this thing is really rare to find. I have never seen a copy of this other than the copy that I have. I mean, and it looks like classic etched work. I mean, and it's Corbin. And Corbin was probably one of the first big, like, addictions that I had comic art-wise. Just because, I mean, the guy's stuff was phenomenal. But, I mean, it's all about a plague that's it's running rampant, and it all basically comes from like burning witches and whatnot. And I haven't read this in a number of years, but I'll tell you right now, every time I do, it makes me just crave Corbin work. And I mean, I've got a handful of Corbin stuff here and there, but it just, oh God, this stuff is amazing stuff. And like I said, I mean, I think I picked this one. This came out in '86. So, I mean, great Corbin artwork. It's not all the airbrush stuff in the interior. It's very, very etching looks. It looks like a lot of etching work and stuff, and it's just amazing stuff. If you get a chance, check this one out if you can find it. I don't even know if it's even available anymore. Hard to say. But on that note, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys all go. I'm going to try to get these placed tonight, or actually early this morning, because I think it's about, oh, it's 2:30 now, so hopefully I'll have these placed by 5. Again, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.